Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Sky Team and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta flight. As you're making your way to your seat, we kindly ask that you please step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible. Allow those passengers behind you to make their way to their seat as well. If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is shared space, so if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought in a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack, you can go ahead and utilize that space under this seat in front of you. So that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bags without having to check them plain sight to your final destination. Feel free to utilize your mobile phone, tablet, and computer while here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding doors, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. Please also note that if you will be working on a laptop computer or enjoying any other larger electronic devices, they must be stowed either in a bag under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin. Please do not stow these items in the seat pocket in front of you, place them directly on the floor, or hold them on your lap during taxi, takeoff, and landing. This is not just a Delta policy, but an FAA regulation for your safety.
At this time, in just a few moments, we'll be showing you the safety video. Once the video has concluded, we'll be in the aisles to answer any questions you have before we're seated for taxi out. Again, thank you for choosing Delta today. My name is Susan. I'm your purser for today's flight, along with Charles in the economy cabin. We do welcome you aboard.
At Delta, we think our world feels smaller when you get out in it. That's why the best men and women in the business work each day to take you to the people, places, and cultures that make this world such an amazing place. Bringing the world closer together, one flight at a time.
We are a planet of amazing differences.
One of cultures and ideas that span our world and link us each to another, whoever you are.
Wherever you're going.
We are proud to fly you there.
Because the first step towards connection
is departure.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with Delta.
Our first priority on every flight is the safety of our customers and crew. So, before we depart,
please pay attention to this important safety message.
Be sure that all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin, and place smaller items, including handbags, under the seat in front of you. If you lose your electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for assistance. Please ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. If you're seated in the business class cabin, secure your shoulder harness by attaching the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, remove the metal tip and allow the shoulder harness to retract. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air.
For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member's instructions.
Smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has used as a ramp. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
Please note that exit signs on this airplane identify each exit with a green symbol. Arrows indicate the direction to the exit. Locate the exit nearest you using these green symbols, keeping in mind the nearest exit might be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull the mask or red streamer towards you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely. But just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the main cabin. If you're seated in the business class or Delta Premium Select cabin, life vests are located either in a compartment adjacent to your seat or under your armrest. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level.
A water-activated light is attached to each vest. If necessary, we'll distribute additional life vests for children who weigh 35 pounds or less.
Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and your tray table is put away. If you're seated in the business class cabin, ensure your suite door is open. Please note there is a placard on the door, visible when open, explaining how to use the suite door in case of an emergency. If you're seated in the main cabin, ensure your aisle armrests are lowered, and in the Delta Premium Select cabin, ensure your aisle armrests are raised.
As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
As we span this amazing world of ours, we celebrate all the connections. Thank you for choosing Delta to be a part of your journey.
Now, as we get ready for takeoff, please sit back, settle in, and have a wonderful flight. Thank you for flying with Delta.
runway 05 west departure.
Delta 1123, hold short runway 05. Traffic is slowing on the runway. Clear 6905, heavy turn, next taxiway.
Hold short runway 05, Delta 112 tree.
Clear 604, heavy turn, next taxiway. Clear 6905, heavy exit runway when able. Clear 604, heavy exit runway when able. Tower Air Canada 9er heavy at runway 06 left ready for departure IFON to Narita. Air Canada 9er heavy hold short runway 06 left. Traffic is slowing on the runway. Clear 6905, heavy turn, next taxiway. Hold short runway 06 left, Air Canada 9er heavy. Air Canada 9er heavy altimeter 29.9er 2 wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway 06 left. Clear 604 heavy, follow the aircraft on final. Wind calm caution, the Airbus A320 landing runway 06 right. Clear to land runway 06 left. Delta 1123 wind calm traffic is Cessna Skyhawk on final. West departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 05. Cleared to land runway 06 left, flare 604 heavy. Flare 604 heavy, go around.
Cleared for takeoff runway 05, Delta 112 tree.
Going around, flare 604 heavy. Flare 604 heavy, contact approach on 125.4. Good day. Flare 604 heavy. Goodbye. Delta 1123, continue for west departure.
Tower Delta 112 tree, continue for west departure. Tower Delta 112 tree frequency change. Approach Delta 112 tree is Type Airbus A320 5 miles northeast of Toronto, 1,200 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Delta 1123 approach. Squawk 7137.
Squawk 7137 Delta 112
Delta 1123 radar contact 5 miles east of Toronto, 1,300 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Delta 1123.
Delta 1123 contact approach on 125.4. Good day.
125.4 Delta 1123. Goodbye. Approach Delta 112 1,300 feet.
Delta 1123 approach altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue. Approach Air Canada 1306 Heavy is passing 4,900 feet, descending 3,000 feet. Air Canada 1306 Heavy approach altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue to signal. Delta 1123 contact approach on 133.4. Good day.
133.4 Delta 1123. Goodbye. Approach Delta 1123, 3,100 feet.
Delta 1123 approach altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue. Quarter 263, 2 heavy climb and maintain 3,900 feet. Going to 13 for decimal 25 quarter 2466 heavy. Climb and maintain 3,900 feet quarter 263 2 heavy. 12 o'clock for miles at 3,000 feet Airbus A320 in. Report them in sight. Quarter 212
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it will be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
6,900 feet. Request flight following.
Delta 1123 Buffalo approach. Squawk 6501.
Squawk 6501 Delta 112 tree.
Delta 1123 radar contact 11 miles north of Charlie Yankee Sierra, November 7,300 feet. Altimeter 29.9er 2.
Roger Delta 112 tree.
125.2. Good day.
Going to 125.2 Delta 112 tree. Cleveland Center, Delta 112 tree, 9,900 feet.
Delta 112 tree, Cleveland Center altimeter 29.92 radar contact continue.
Delta 112 tree. Goodbye. Cleveland Center, Delta 112 tree, 12,200 feet.
Delta 112 tree, Cleveland Center altimeter 29.92 radar contact continue. Endeavor Flight 2906, you are 22 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 3,500 feet, expect ILS runway 32 approach to ELMMA transition. Clear to ELMA. Endeavor Flight 2906, you are 21 miles southeast of Buffalo. Contact Buffalo.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
1 tree, decimal tree, 5, Delta 112 tree. Goodbye. New York Center, Delta 112 tree, flight level 290.
Delta 112 tree, New York Center, radar contact continue.
Delta 112 tree 16,500 feet.
Delta 112 tree New York Center altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue. Delta 112 tree contact New York Center on 133.15. Good day.
133.15 Delta 112 tree. Goodbye.
United 41 Heavy, you are 40 miles north. Descend and maintain 7,300 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 right approach via PATRN transition. Cleared to PATRN. Cessna 04 Golf, you are 42 miles west. Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 19er approach via Strad transition. Cleared to Strad. Delta 112 tree New York Center altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue. Delta 112 tree contact Newark approach on 127.6. Good day. Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 19er approach via Strad transition. Clear to Strad Cessna 04 Golf.
Going to 127.6 Delta 112 tree. Newark approach Delta 112 tree 9,500 feet.
Delta 112 tree Newark approach altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue.
Simrate 2.
Delta
Simrate
112 tree contact Philadelphia approach on 119.75. Good day.
119.75 Delta 112 tree. Goodbye. Philadelphia approach Delta 112 tree 7,900 feet.
Delta 112 tree Philadelphia approach altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue.
Philadelphia approach Delta 112 tree. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Delta 112 tree Philadelphia approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace Delta 112 tree.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it will be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available, complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin.
New York approach Delta 2240 Heavy is missed approach at LaGuardia. Delta 2240 Heavy, you are 1 mile southwest. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 22 approach. Delta 112 tree traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at 1,300 feet, Boeing 78X. Report them in sight.
Delta 112 tree, have the traffic.
Delta 2240 Heavy, climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 22 approach. Delta 2240 Heavy.
Tower Delta 112 tree is 1 mile southeast, 500 feet with Sierra to land.
Delta 112 tree Kennedy Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, 2 wind calm enter left downwind runway tree 1 left.
Fly left downwind runway tree 1 left Delta 112 tree.
Kennedy Tower, twist 22 heavy 12 miles southeast inbound ILS runway tree 1 left approach. Twist 22 heavy Kennedy Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, 2 wind calm cleared ILS runway tree 1 left approach. Cleared ILS runway tree 1 left approach, twist 22 heavy.
gentlemen, as we begin our descent, we request that you return to your seat and make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened low and tight across your lap. If you've taken out any carry-on items, please make sure they are safely stowed underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin.
Delta 112 tree, follow the aircraft on final. Wind calm, cleared to land runway tree 1 left.
Cleared to land runway tree 1 left Delta 112 tree.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please remain in your seat with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has been parked to the gate and the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will be your only indication that it's safe to stand and gather your personal belongings. I'll cease caution if you open the overhead bins items you have into the seat shift during flight. For those of you wishing to use your cell phones, it is now safe for you to do so. As a reminder, your laptop computers must remain stood until we're parked at the gate. It has certainly been our pleasure bringing you today. Looks like you have an absolutely gorgeous day ahead of you. We certainly hope when your future plans call for your travel that you'll once again select Delta Airlines. Thank you and have a great time here.